Exclusive! Ivan Toney pushes for Premier League comeback, Thomas Frank in direct contact as Spurs prepare a sensational move. Welcome back to Tottenham News Today channel. Tottenham could finally be closing in on a sensational return to the Premier League for Ivan Toney, with journalist Dean Jones revealing that the English striker is eager to come back to England as early as January in order to secure his place in the 2026 World Cup. According to Dean Jones, Spurs have now emerged as the favourites to bring Toney back to the Premier League. The North London club are reportedly exploring the possibility of a loan deal with an option to buy, a structure similar to the arrangement that saw João Palhinha move from Bayern Munich to Tottenham. Toney, who left Brentford in the summer of 2024 to join Saudi Pro League side Al Ahly, is now reportedly eyeing a move back to the Premier League after a prolific spell in the Middle East. Since his move, the 29-year-old forward has maintained his goal-scoring touch, netting 38 goals and providing 7 assists in 54 appearances, helping Al Ahly lift both the AFC Champions League Elite and the Saudi Super Cup. However, sources suggest that the forward believes a return to English football is the best route to reclaiming his spot in Thomas Tuchel's national setup. Jones reports that Tottenham's manager Thomas Frank, who previously coached Toney at Brentford, has been in direct contact with the player regarding a reunion at Hotspur Way. The Danish coach views the England international as the ideal piece to strengthen his attacking options ahead of the second half of the season. The pair share a strong working relationship from their time at Brentford, where Toney flourished under Frank's system and developed into one of the Premier League's most clinical finishers. Sources close to Toney have indicated that the striker is very open to the idea of reuniting with Frank and joining a club with Tottenham's current momentum and ambition. The 29-year-old reportedly sees the move as a perfect fit, both professionally and personally, given his familiarity with Frank's tactical style and Spurs' attacking structure, which would allow him to thrive in front of goal once again. Tottenham's interest in Toney is not new. The club were heavily linked with the England international during the summer of 2024, but ultimately opted to invest in Dominic Solanke instead. However, Solanke's inconsistency and struggles with form and fitness have reignited Tottenham's pursuit of Toney, who remains a long-term target for the club. With Spurs actively searching for another proven striker to support their top 4 ambitions, the potential deal for Toney now looks more realistic than ever. A 6-month loan with a buy option could prove mutually beneficial, offering Toney a platform to prove himself in England once again, while giving Spurs the firepower they have been missing in recent months. If completed, the move would not only mark a dramatic Premier League comeback for Toney, but could also provide Tottenham with the experienced and lethal finisher they need to challenge for major honours in 2026. Spurs are once again making headlines in the transfer market, this time as they battle one of their fiercest London rivals for the signature of Barcelona defender Eric Garcia. The Spanish international's future at the Camp Nou has become uncertain, with growing speculation suggesting that a move to the Premier League could be on the cards. Reports from TBR Football indicate that Tottenham's interest in Garcia is far from new. The North London club initially made enquiries about the 24-year-old during the January transfer window of last year, seeking defensive reinforcements for their back line. Although a deal failed to materialise at the time, Spurs have remained attentive to the player's situation in Spain, particularly as his current contract is set to expire next summer. It is understood that Barcelona are currently engaged in advanced negotiations with Garcia over a potential contract extension, but no agreement has yet been reached. While the Catalan club are confident of convincing the defender to stay, their ongoing financial instability continues to cast a shadow over their transfer policy. The Blaugrana remain under strict financial restrictions and are believed to be assessing which players they can afford to offload in the coming months to balance their books. This situation has reportedly alerted both Tottenham and Chelsea, who are keeping a close eye on developments. Should Garcia fail to sign a new deal before the January window, he would be eligible to negotiate a pre-contract agreement with clubs outside Spain, making him an attractive target for Premier League sides looking to strengthen their defensive options without committing to a hefty transfer fee. For Tottenham, this potential acquisition aligns perfectly with their recruitment strategy under Thomas Frank, who has made it clear that reinforcing the defensive unit remains a priority ahead of the next window. Spurs were unable to secure an additional centre-back during the summer, leaving the squad somewhat short in depth, particularly given the club's ambitions to compete on multiple fronts this season. Garcia, a product of Barcelona's La Masia academy, is admired for his tactical awareness, calmness on the ball, and positional intelligence. Traits that have earned him recognition at both club and international level. Having previously spent time at Manchester City, he is no stranger to English football and could adapt quickly to the intensity and physicality of the Premier League. Chelsea, however, are unlikely to let Spurs have a free run at the player. The Blues are also in the market for a technically skilled ball-playing centre-back and view Garcia as an ideal fit for their system. This sets up what could be a transfer tug-of-war between the two London giants, with Barcelona potentially open to negotiating if it helps ease their financial burden. As it stands, Tottenham remain cautiously optimistic. Club insiders suggest that discussions have already taken place behind the scenes, with Spurs monitoring Barcelona's stance closely. Should the opportunity arise, the North London side are prepared to move swiftly to secure a deal. The coming weeks will therefore be crucial. If Garcia delays signing a new contract, it could signal that he is open to exploring a new challenge abroad, and Tottenham would be well positioned to capitalise. For now, though, Barcelona continue to hope that the young defender will commit his future to the Camp Nou, while Spurs and Chelsea quietly wait for their moment to strike. At 24 years old and entering the prime years of his career, Eric Garcia's next move could prove decisive, both for his personal development and for whichever club manages to secure his services. Tottenham believe he could be a cornerstone of their future defence, and with Barcelona's financial uncertainty persisting, the door to a Premier League return might open sooner than expected. That's all for today's update. If you enjoyed this video and want to stay up to date with everything Tottenham, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss a story. Don't forget to drop a like and share this video with other Spurs fans. Together we can keep growing the Tottenham News Today community. Thanks for watching, and as always, come on you Spurs!